the University of Waterloo. And before we get started, I want all of you to feel really comfortable to share any questions that you may have in the chat. And at the end of the presentation today, we're going to have a question and answer session, so we can read through those questions and answer them. Or if you feel comfortable, you can turn your mic on to speak to us. Or if you even feel really comfortable, you can turn your camera on and speak to us, or just chat if that feels better. So my name is Grant Leach, and I am the Director of Marketing and Recruitment here, and I have the privilege of traveling around the world, recruiting amazing students to both undergraduate and graduate programs at the University of Waterloo, as well as our short-term programs that we're going to be highlighting today in our presentation. And I'll pass the mic to my colleague, Cece.
Hola con todos, ¿cómo están? Soy Ceci y similar a Grant, yo también trabajo dentro de Renison para el departamento de marketing, ayudando a nuestros estudiantes, ya sea aquellos que están interesados en programas largos, en certificados, programas y también en programas cortos como los que vamos a hablar hoy. Un gusto conocerlos.
Thank you, Cece. So our agenda for today's presentation includes an overview of the region of Waterloo, the University of Waterloo, and Renison University College, which houses our Waterloo's English Language Institute. We'll then dive into the programs we're here to talk about today. We'll talk about who they are designed for. We'll talk about the amazing program features and what students will learn. And we'll also give you an overview of the dates and fees for each of the programs. And we'll also talk about the amazing and unique student experience here at Renison at the University of Waterloo. But before we dive into all those details, I want to highlight some of the amazing features of the University of Waterloo's location in Canada and in southern Ontario. So on the next slide, you can see a map of Canada with Waterloo highlighted here in red in beautiful southern Ontario. What's great about southern Ontario is it's warmer in the southern parts because we're closer to the United States. So depending on which season you're coming, you'll get to experience all of the beauty that we have here in this amazing tourist hotspot in southern Ontario. So Canada consistently ranks as one of the best countries in the world for quality of life, and there's so many benefits for international students like yourselves studying in Canada. Waterloo is a warm, welcoming community, and the experiences here will be ones that shape your life. And at the very least, you'll have access to Canadian culture, the beautiful Canadian landscapes, our practices, our culture, and the exceptional part is just how diverse we are, the diversity in our amazing country. And then we have the greater community, the city of Waterloo. So the University of Waterloo and Renison are located in this region, and it's considered Canada's Silicon Valley. So it's home actually to the second highest density of startups in the world. You all know about Silicon Valley in the United States, but we're known as the Silicon Valley of the North because we have over 1,700 startups here in the Waterloo region. And, so many big companies like Canada's Google headquarters is located in the city of Kitchener-Waterloo. They actually built a second $500 million campus here. Applyboard and other big hubs for successful companies like BlackBerry, for example. And here, students can immerse themselves in the area's entrepreneurial culture and enjoy a lot of those tourist sites and activities from shopping and going to Toronto, Canada's biggest city, getting to enjoy the CN Tower, which is Canada's tallest building. And that's just 100 kilometers away in Canada's largest city, Toronto. You'll also get to experience the incredible views of Niagara Falls. And on top of that, we also have St. Jacob's Farmers Market here, and it's the largest year-round market in all of Canada. So you're really guaranteed a diverse experience here where urban, rural, and entrepreneurial collide. And it's an incredible place to be a student. So the University of Waterloo is Canada's #1 comprehensive research university, and we have over 42,000 students in 100 undergraduate and 190 graduate programs. We're also Canada's #1 school for entrepreneurs. Our startup culture and we have Canada's most productive startup incubator. It's called Velocity. And we have a unique intellectual property policy where we give full intellectual property to you, the creator. And we help so many students create successful business ventures. On top of that, the University of Waterloo is really famous because we have the world's biggest paid work experience program for our undergraduate students. It's called Co-op. So our students can get up to 6 paid work experiences while they do their undergraduate degrees here at the University of Waterloo. And that helps take some of the financial stresses away from the bank of mom and dad, because you're able to pay for about a third of your own undergraduate education and living expenses in the cooperative education program. So students really benefit from this amazing, high-tech, innovative university ecosystem and the world-changing research, innovative technology, and inspired teaching that stays active and engaged 365 days a year. Our campus never sleeps. It's the same all 12 months of the year because of our co-op program. We can't possibly fit 2 years of paid work experience into an undergraduate degree without using the student's summer as a study period. So no matter which month you choose to come for a short-term program, our campus never changes. It's alive and vibrant and full of activity. So let's talk about Waterloo students. So they're learning at the forefront of their field, and they're gaining skills in adapting to our ever-changing future. And because of these skills, employers worldwide recognize a Waterloo degree. We have over 200,000 graduates worldwide, and we have more employer-student connections than any other university in the world. And Waterloo students are high achievers. Our minimum admissions averages are among the highest in Canada, which means that we have some of the brightest students from across Canada and from around the world joining Waterloo each year. Our students are motivated and they're focused on gaining practical real-world work experience, and it allows them to get up to 6 paid work experiences in their undergraduate degree. And also in graduate studies, we have a big emphasis on the commercialization of research and really how you can start successful business ventures from your research. So we have over 90 countries represented by our student body, and we're committed to working harder than ever to recognize, respect, and celebrate the unique cultural backgrounds of our students. So let's talk about why Waterloo. You've heard me say some of this already. We have the reputation as one of Canada's most innovative universities, and it's a theme that we embrace on so many levels, even in our short-term programs that we're going to be highlighting to you today. We have entrepreneurship incubators available to all of our students. We have our professors doing cutting edge research, and we have hundreds of thousands of dollars in startup funding given to our students every year. So it's no wonder that Waterloo is number one in Canada for producing venture capitalist backed entrepreneurs. And it's not just investors who recognize the potential of our students. We've been ranked number one in Canada for graduate employment. And with alumni in nearly 150 countries around the world, a Waterloo degree is getting increasing global attention. So I'm going to pass the mic to Cece, who's going to talk a little bit about Renison University College here at the University of Waterloo.
Thank you, Grant. Well, as you can see, the University of Waterloo community is very unique. And within that uniqueness, we also have Renison University College. Renison is one of the 4 university colleges at the University of Waterloo. So just so to give you a little bit of more of context, a university college is a bit like a smaller community within this big, large city, which in this case will be the University of Waterloo. So we are located in the heart of the campus, and we also house a variety of Waterloo degree programs within the social sciences. At Renison, we also have the English Language Institute, which is the one that prepares students who haven't met the language requirements for admissions, for example. So those students who want to pursue a Waterloo degree, but perhaps are a little bit short on their English. And we also have short-term language and experiential programs for students who are just interested in coming to Canada for a very short time and experience life at Waterloo. So today we're gonna talk about some of these programs, as Grant already mentioned in our agenda. And we're gonna start with, I think, which is my favorite program, which is the English for Success. So English for Success is one of the most popular programs we have here. And one of the main reasons is because it's offered in the summer. We all know that summer is a great time to experience Canada in general. There's a lot of activities that you can do. There's so much places, so many places you can visit. And that also makes it a great time to improve your English skills while experiencing Canada. So English for Success is a 4-week program that is designed to help students improve their English, experience a Canadian university, and of course, make many new friends from all around the world. To be a little bit more specific, the EFS program is designed for individuals who are 18 or years old or older. And because it's a general English program, we do have a lot of flexibility in terms of their English levels. So we welcome students from a high beginner or A2 to advanced English language levels like a B2, for example. The program is best suited for those with an interest in developing cross-cultural communication skills. As we said already, there's going to be a lot of people from all around the world, so many different cultures. So you'll get to experience not only the Canadian culture and compare it to your own culture, but also all the cultures from your classmates. And of course, for those who are interested in exploring popular Canadian tourist destinations, like the ones that Grant mentioned, Niagara Falls, Toronto, while developing your English language proficiency. EFS is also popular because it includes a vibrant social calendar with daily activities and weekend day trips or excursions. These are designed to help all of you to practice just your English skills outside of the classroom. So students will visit famous attractions such as Toronto CN Tower, like Grant mentioned, Canada's Wonderland, which is an amusement park here, and Niagara Falls, which we all know or have heard of. Students will also have support from all of our community here. We will have peer leaders resident assistants, and also peer helper volunteers who will provide support to all of our students to just enhance language lessons with extra opportunities to practice English. Students who come to EFS will also live on campus in residence and participate in a true Canadian university experience. So you will not only get to have classes on campus, but you will also live there. In EFS, you will benefit from a total of 100 hours of English language programming. So that means that you will have 25 hours per week of pure classes. And as we already said, there are multiple entry levels from high beginner to advanced. You will also have access to professional instruction and individual attention from experienced TESOL certified instructors. You will get a chance to experience a dynamic immersion that includes, like I already mentioned, on-campus accommodations, an all-inclusive meal plan, and of course, a variety of cultural enrichment activities and excursions. And finally, EFS students will receive an end-of-program achievement report and a certificate from Renaissance English Language Institute at the University of Waterloo. In terms of what components, what courses you will be taking while in EFS, here on screen, you can see the 4 courses that you will be studying while you're here. So you will participate in 3 skill courses, including listening and speaking, integrated and presentation skills. And of course, you have that 4th course called Cultural Studies. Through all of this, you will be able to explore topics such as effective listening, academic writing, and reading strategies. You will also have access or learn more about presentation techniques, as well as the examination of culture. As I already mentioned, you will have a chance to not only explore the Canadian culture, but also so many other cultures through your classmates. In EFS August, which is a different session, your courses will be slightly different. You will still have those 3 skill courses as in EFS July, which is what you saw just now. However, you will have the unique opportunity to explore the culture of innovation by engaging with innovation and engineering resources and gaining problem-solving skills through the design cycle process. So instead of taking your cultural studies course, you will take culture of innovation and dive into a little bit of the innovation or innovation culture within the University of Waterloo. To give you a better idea of what that looks like here on screen, I'd like to show you a sample of an EFS class schedule. So as you can see, you will have classes normally from 9 to 12 p.m. and then you will have a lunch break and come back to classes from 1 to 3 every day.
Cece, we have some questions in the chat. I just wanted to ask, some students are saying, can I participate in the program if I'm not fluent in English?
Yes, yeah. So as I mentioned at the beginning, students who are at an A2 or higher are welcome to join the program.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat, so I apologize, but thank you, Grant, for jumping in.
That's okay.
Okay, so I'd like to show you a short video of what all of our daily activities and excursions look like in the EFS program. So let's see if I can manage to play the video. Thanks, good, yeah.
Ceci, no tiene audio tu video porque no estamos escuchando.
Es una canción de fondo,
Okay.
así que no hay problema si no lo escuchan.
Okay,
Pido disculpas
perfecto.
si es que creo que no compartí con audio, pero solo es una canción. Pero bueno, en pantalla pueden ver, aprovecho que no hay audio para comentarles que en pantalla pueden ver todas las actividades que normalmente hacemos dentro del programa EFS. Por supuesto, van a tener clases hasta las 3 de la tarde, pero a partir de las 4 o 5 hay actividades que ya están planeadas para todos los estudiantes, la mayoría de ellas dentro del campus, pero los fines de semana tenemos la oportunidad de explorar otras áreas del sur de Ontario, como Toronto, Niagara Falls, actividades como las que están viendo aquí dentro en la pantalla. No hay ningún límite de edad, Maribel. Perdón, justo estoy aprovechando para ver el chat. No hay ningún límite de edad. Y en cuanto a los costos, ya los vamos a presentar en un momento. Perfecto. Bueno, vamos a continuar en español por esta parte de la presentación y después Grant va a retomar en inglés. Eh, bueno, pues en pantalla pudieron ver una pequeña recopilación de todas las actividades que normalmente los estudiantes de IFS participan, pero aquí en pantalla ya lo pueden ver de una manera más resumida dentro del calendario que normalmente los estudiantes tienen. Como les comentaba, de lunes a viernes la mayoría de las actividades son actividades locales, lo que significa que son dentro del campus o dentro de la ciudad de Waterloo o la región de Waterloo. Los fines de semana vamos a tener la oportunidad de, eh, de explorar otras partes del sur de Ontario, como ya les comentaba, e ir a lugares un poquito más grandes, como las cataratas del Niágara, o visitar Toronto y visitar la CN Tower, que es el edificio más alto de Canadá. Asimismo, las actividades son actividades muy diversas. Hay actividades que son netamente con el objetivo de que ustedes socialicen y practiquen su inglés, por supuesto. Y hay actividades que son un poquito más enfocadas tal vez al ámbito académico o al ámbito profesional. Hay algunos workshops también, pero la mayoría de actividades son actividades por las cuales nosotros tenemos la intención de que primero, pues ustedes conozcan más gente, no solo estudiantes del programa IFS, sino también estudiantes de otros programas que se están dando al mismo tiempo. Y, por supuesto, por otro lado, también que exploren lo que es la cultura canadiense por medio de todas las actividades que tienen. Para finalizar este programa IFS, me gustaría comentarles un poco de las sesiones que tenemos. Las siguientes sesiones este verano 2025 son en julio y en agosto. Aquí en pantalla pueden ver que la de julio comienza del 25 de junio a el 22 de julio y la de agosto comienza desde el 28 de julio y termina el 22 de agosto. El precio para ambas sesiones es la misma, como pueden ver aquí. Y como les comentaba en mis diapositivas anteriores, el programa y el precio que ven aquí en pantalla de 4,438 incluye clases, alojamiento, comida, un seguro de salud que es obligatorio para todos los estudiantes internacionales que vienen a Canadá, que se llama UHIP, y también todas las actividades que vieron en el calendario. Entonces, la mayoría de cosas que, que necesitan mientras están en Canadá están incluidas en el programa y en ese valor. Lo que no está incluido es el transporte de Renison al aeropuerto o del aeropuerto a Renison cuando llegan. Sin embargo, si les gustaría que nosotros los ayudemos a agendar eso, nosotros podemos hacerlo, simplemente tiene un valor adicional. No
Ceci,
sé,
perdón que te
sí.
interrumpa, creo que es importante aclarar que estos precios son dólares canadienses. Eso quiere decir que es mucho menor que el dólar americano. Estaríamos hablando de un promedio de $3,000, 100 o por ahí al cambio, que es lo que correspondería a la equivalencia, ¿no? Y eso pues es en parte una ventaja de Canadá, ¿no? Frente a otros países como Reino Unido o como Estados Unidos, ¿no? Solo quería aclarar eso, que estos son dólares canadienses y el precio en dólares americanos es menor.
Muchas gracias, Laura. Sí, el precio va a ser significativamente menos si lo si lo convierten en dólares estadounidenses. Y bueno, solo para resumirlos, de este programa EFS English for Success es un programa de 4 semanas de verano que se ofrecen en las fechas en las que ven en pantalla. Tenemos una sesión en julio y una sesión en agosto. El precio del programa es $4,438 y esto incluye clases, alojamiento, comida, todas las actividades después de clase que vieron en el calendario y ese seguro de salud que les comentaba que es mandatorio o bueno, obligatorio por parte del gobierno. Es un programa de inglés general, entonces estudiantes desde un principiante alto o un A2 son bienvenidos a unirse al programa. Igual y si tienen más preguntas al final también vamos a irlas respondiendo, pero solo quería darles un pequeño resumen. Y bueno, el siguiente programa también es un programa de inglés general. La diferencia va a ser la temporada en la que se lo ofrece. Este programa se llama General English at Renison o GEAR y es un programa asimismo de 4 semanas que les da la oportunidad a los estudiantes de mejorar su inglés mientras exploran la región de Waterloo y la Universidad de Waterloo. En este caso, este programa está diseñado para estudiantes mayores de edad, es decir, estudiantes de 18 años o más, igual que el programa anterior, pero también para aquellos que están interesados en explorar la cultura canadiense y sobre todo explorar lo que es estar en un ambiente universitario dentro de Canadá, como lo es la Universidad de Waterloo. El programa muy similar a EFS es un programa que va a tener 25 horas de clases a la semana. También van a tener la oportunidad de tener esa retroalimentación o feedback por parte de los profesores de manera individual por medio de las office hours. Y dentro de este programa, otra diferencia con EFS es que este programa no incluye el paquete de inmersión, es decir, el precio que van a ver a continuación es un precio para las clases y el seguro médico obligatorio. Sin embargo, dentro de GEAR nosotros también programamos actividades. La única diferencia es que si quieren ser parte de las actividades, pues dependiendo del tipo de actividad que hagamos, tal vez haya que pagar un costo extra. Al final del programa, igual se les va a otorgar un certificado de participación y un reporte de notas. En cuanto a qué van a ver dentro del programa, pues los estudiantes de GEAR van a participar en 4 cursos en las áreas de comprensión auditiva y expresión oral. También van a tener habilidades integradas, presentación y estudios culturales. A través de todos esos cursos van a poder adquirir una variedad de habilidades básicas que les va a apoyar el desarrollo del idioma de inglés. Además, también van a participar en sus clases, además de participar en sus clases, perdón, van a poder tener la oportunidad de practicar su inglés fuera del aula por medio de todas las actividades que les tenemos programadas. Van a tener también la oportunidad de experimentar la cultura de la región de Waterloo y aprender sobre todos los avances en muchas áreas de la sociedad local. Entonces, para darles un ejemplo, aquí está el calendario de clases, igual, similar a nuestro programa anterior. Van a tener clases de 9 a 12 del día o a 11:30, dependiendo del día. Después van a tener un pequeño lunch break y después de eso van a continuar clases hasta las 3 de la tarde. Después de las 3 de la tarde son cuando nosotros tenemos programado una serie de eventos. Como pueden ver en pantalla, la mayoría de eventos, igual que en EFS, la mayoría de eventos de lunes a viernes son eventos locales. Si los eventos son dentro del campus, no tienen ningún costo. Si los eventos son fuera del campus, como por ejemplo ir a un partido de hockey, como lo vemos aquí en pantalla, Kitchener Rangers Hockey Game, que tendría algún valor esa entrada al partido, pues en ese caso, si quisieran participar, nosotros vendemos las entradas y ustedes pueden adquirirlas y pueden participar del evento. Igual para el evento de ir a Toronto o la excursión a Toronto o al Niagara Falls, por el hecho de que este programa es un programa en el que solo van a pagar por clases. En el caso de que quisieran participar de estos eventos de Toronto o Niagara, pueden comprar sus tickets una vez que ya estén dentro del programa. Entonces, aquí les dejo también las fechas. Como les decía, una de las grandes diferencias con IFS es la temporada en la que se los ofrece. GEAR se ofrece en el mes de septiembre y en el mes de febrero. Aquí en pantalla pueden ver que el siguiente septiembre, este año, se le ofrece desde el 2 de septiembre hasta el 26 y en febrero del siguiente año, o sea, 2026, lo vamos a estar ofreciendo desde febrero 23 a marzo 20. Los costos también pueden ver aquí, van a ser el mismo para las dos sesiones, pero como les comentaba, los costos que ven en pantalla, como pueden darse cuenta, son bien diferentes al programa IFS. Y esto se debe a que este programa, este costo que está en pantalla, solo refleja las clases, las actividades dentro del campus y el seguro de salud mandatorio por parte del gobierno que se llama UHIP.
Ceci, perdón que te
Sí,
interrumpa nuevamente. Aquí creo que es importante, para que no se nos vaya la idea, aclarar que esto no incluye alojamiento ni alimentación, ¿verdad?
no.
Entonces,
Ujú.
también da la oportunidad al estudiante de que, se me ocurre, si tienen algunas personas conocidas en Canadá que las puedan orientar en encontrar alojamiento más que cueste más cómodo o más barato, eso también podría ser una opción. No, Grant, I'm just explaining about the accommodation options, like they
Mm,
can also find the accommodation by themselves, like in this
mhm.
program, because this is the price just for the training program.
Yes, right.
Entonces, esa es una oportunidad también. Y bueno, aquí también, si hay alguna forma de alguien que pues maneje su propia alimentación de acuerdo a sus costos, también esa flexibilidad en que alivie un poco el tema del presupuesto, ¿no? Y nuevamente recordar que estos son dólares canadienses. Listo,
Sí.
esa es mi intervención.
Muchas gracias, Lauri. Sí, por supuesto. Y si están buscando opciones de alojamiento durante, por ejemplo, quieren venir a GEAR y están buscando opciones de alojamiento durante su estadía aquí, nosotros también los podemos ayudar, simplemente va a tener un valor adicional. En este caso, ahora les vamos a hablar de nuestros programas largos, por así decirlo. So I'm gonna pass it off or pass it back to Grant for our EFAS program.
Great. Thank you so much. I just saw a question come into the chat. Cece, there's some questions maybe you can help follow up with in Spanish while I'm speaking as well. But there's a message in the chat from Danier regarding, pursuing a research-based master's or a graduate program at Waterloo. And I want to start by stating that this program that I'm about to speak to is, it satisfies the language requirements for the University of Waterloo's undergraduate level programs as well as our graduate level programs. And before we even go into this program, I wanted to answer Danier's question that one of the joys of coming for the EFAS program is that you're on campus here at the University of Waterloo. We all know it's difficult to find supervisors. It's one of the most challenging parts, but Caldo is a really great resource to help you connect with potential researchers at the University of Waterloo. And also, students that are here in the English for Academic Success program, it's much easier for you to find a supervisor when you're on campus and you're doing it face to face. And our student success team in the English for Academic Success program can help open doors and get you and guide you how to connect with potential supervisors. So thank you for that question. But let me dive in and talk to everybody about EFAS. It's a unique academic English program that offers students more than just English language instruction in the conventional way. So let's talk about who EFAS, English for Academic Success, is designed for. It's really designed for prospective undergraduate students or graduate students interested in meeting the language requirements for admission to the University of Waterloo. It's also for conditionally admitted students to a graduate studies program at the University of Waterloo, but those students have not yet met the language requirement, or it's for students interested just in studying English in Canada at one of the nation's most innovative universities, or for students who are looking to develop those test-taking skills to prepare for a standardized English exam like TOEFL or IELTS, if they're interested in applying to another institution instead of Waterloo. So it's a really great program. So let's dive into the EFAS program features. Students who participate in the EFAS program, they not only improve their English language competence, but they do so in a really amazing integrated way that truly reflects how we learn English and how what's needed to succeed in an academic setting like the University of Waterloo, but also how to succeed in a professional setting as well. And the EFAS program is benchmarked to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, which is a global standard in English language proficiency. And the program has 3 levels: level 200, level 300, and level 400. And those levels range from a CEFR A2 level right up to a CEFR C1 level. So that C1 level, or level 400, satisfies the language requirement for undergraduate and graduate studies. And the best part is you're on campus, and we can help you to try to have more contact with supervisors who take you much more seriously because you're here on the campus at the University of Waterloo. EFAS students will benefit from 20 hours of programming per week, and they'll have opportunities to develop their skills through meetings with instructors during office hours, and you'll get to participate in amazing workshops. You'll get one-on-one check-in meetings with your academic advisor, and you'll have so many opportunities to engage with these amazing events that are designed to support your English language learning outside of the classroom, because so much learning happens not only inside, but also outside from all the exceptional activities and events that we host here that we're famous for. So at the end of the EFAS program, students will receive an end of program achievement report and a transcript, and a certificate of participation from the English Language Institute. And when you're applying to Waterloo, you can use those certificates in place of the English language requirement like TOEFL or IELTS. So what will you learn in EFAS? Students benefit from 3 core courses that you can see here on the screen, in the areas of academic reading and listening, writing and research in academic contexts, and academic communication through conversation and presentation. So all really essential skills to be a student in a North American university and a top-tier university like Waterloo. And each course enables students to gain necessary skills to succeed and excel in an academic environment. And in your courses, you'll do everything from improving your active listening skills, improving your note-taking skills, to developing self-editing skills and research skills, as well as just improving your confidence for speaking in various situations, including small groups or for more formal academic presentations. So on the next slide, you're going to see a breakdown of the EFAS classes offered throughout the week. And you can see classes start at 9:30 and go until 11:30, and you have a lunch break. And then they pick back up in the afternoon and go from about 1 until 3 p.m. And those are Monday to Friday. And then the really fun stuff starts, the activities, all of these experiences where you can learn language outside of the classroom. So if we go to the next slide, you'll see our student experience team has so many activities and events planned for students' time in the EFAS program. And this is just 1 month. This is June, but the EFAS program is almost 4 months long. So this is just one snapshot of a 1 month, but there's many months in the program. So we have social events, which allow students to get helpful conversation practice while meeting new people and making new friends, such as you can see here, the welcome bonfire. We also have immersion events, which support students in connecting and familiarizing themselves in the Canadian culture, from small trips to big ones. So you can see some of the big trips here that like a Niagara Falls bus trip, or, rafting on the Grand River, or a Toronto bus trip going to the CN Tower. So those are the big weekend trips. And then you have little smaller trips and activities throughout the week. And we have a number of academic and career development-oriented workshops and events, so students can improve their skills, especially related to your field of study. And this includes time management workshops, as well as faculty-specific tours, such as a tour of the Faculty of Engineering, for example. So the EFAS program runs throughout the year. So we'll see on the next slide that we run the EFAS program 3 terms a year, in the fall and in the winter. We also have it in the spring term. They're not listed here because that's, so far away from now, but there are 3 terms: fall, winter, and spring. And this slide highlights our upcoming 2025 and some of the 2026 dates. And the fees here include tuition, health insurance, the student services, which are all of those on-campus activities, and accommodation may be arranged for EFAS, whether it's here on campus or with a third-party homestay provider. And we're really pleased to offer you a 10% discount for the spring and fall 2020, for the fall 2025 offering of EFAS. So you can see there the Caldo discount. Instead of paying $5,800, you're going to be paying $5,312. And you can contact Lowry to go through to be able to claim that Caldo discount, and Lowry will be connecting with us. So Lowry's email is lowry.pacheco@caldo.ca. Do you want to say something, Lowry?
No, it's fine. It's totally good. So, me pueden enviar un correo para yo poder coordinar con Grant si están interesados en este programa y puedan pues recibir este descuento en el fee. Eso es todo. Thank you, Grant.
Thank you. So that was our EFAS program, one of our full-term programs, the English for Academic Success. Now we're going to look at our next full-term program, our last program. Thank you for paying attention to all of these program options. This is the last one we're going to be talking about today. So this is called the Go Abroad Learning for Sustainability program. Let me give you a little context about the University of Waterloo. And Lowry or Cece, I might ask you to translate this part because it gives good context. So Waterloo houses Canada's largest Faculty of Environment, and we also have the bragging rights of having Canada's most interdisciplinary research center. It's called the Water Institute, where they tackle water-related and water preservation, sustainable development-related goals. So that's a context to how amazing this program is here that I wanted to give, and maybe you can do that in Spanish, Cece, first.
Sorry, I was responding to someone in the chat.
Yeah,
Can you say
no
the
problem.
first part again? Just really
Sure.
quick.
Yeah, it's we're Canada's largest Faculty of Environment here at the University of
That's the
Waterloo,
part. Yeah.
and then we have the Water Institute, the most
I know that part,
interdisciplinary
yes.
research center. Yeah.
Listo, sí. Bueno, nosotros dentro de la universidad tenemos a la facultad de medio ambiente más grande de Canadá, del país. Y también contamos con el Instituto de Agua o Water Institute, el cual le brinda la oportunidad a los estudiantes de, por medio de sus programas de posgrado, explorar distintas disciplinas o más que todo ser un programa interdisciplinario. Es decir, dentro de sus estudios y del enfoque que tengan su investigación, por parte del Instituto de Agua van a tener la oportunidad no solo de explorar una sola rama o una sola área o industria, sino más bien tener un enfoque interdisciplinario en el cual van a tener la oportunidad no solo de trabajar con estudiantes de su misma área, sino también estudiantes de otras facultades.
Thank you, Cece. So let's talk about who the Go Abroad Learning for Sustainability program is designed for. It's a unique study abroad opportunity that's designed for students who are interested in studying abroad here in Canada for a full term, which is almost 4 months long, and those students who are looking to explore or are passionate about sustainability and unpacking relevant themes and topics. And also someone who's looking to improve their English in a program, but have a program that's more academically inclined. And also for students who are looking for things that they can talk about on future job interviews, because you'll be able to articulate your skill development in this program for future job interviews from this project-based course. So let's go to the next slide and see how the Sustainable Development Goals are being researched and realized at the University of Waterloo. And then, students in the goals program, after learning how our faculties are tackling sustainable development goals, they will develop their own creative solution in the process of becoming more socially conscious, globally minded citizens. So students in this program, just like there's 20, we talked about before, there's 20 hours of programming per week, in addition to an orientation and campus tour on the first day of the program. There's curriculum that's based on that Common European Framework of Reference, which is that international standard for language proficiency. There's individual feedback from instructors during regular scheduled sessions. And then there's so many supports from our dynamic student experience team, such as check-in meetings and workshops. And also our student success team can help guide you as well if you're looking to find a potential supervisor at the University of Waterloo as well. It's another one of those full-term programs, and you're on campus, and it's so much easier to find a supervisor while you're here. And at the end of the program, students will receive an achievement report and a certificate of participation from Renison and the University of Waterloo. So let's see what goals students learn in the program on the next slide. There's 3 skill courses that you see on the right-hand side of this slide. There's the research and including research and communication, self-reflection, intercultural sensitivity and awareness, critical thinking. All of these are those 21st century skills that are going to help you cultivate new mindsets that embrace ambiguity and uncertainty as opportunities for growth and innovation. You learn Waterloo's world-renowned design thinking process to help develop a mitigation strategy, to be innovative within this space. And then there's a project course. And in part 1 of the project course, the students will develop personal accountability, and you'll learn how to work best in a team, and you'll be given the tools and knowledge to unpack a larger global issue. And then, of course, there's the need for action to address this issue, and you'll apply Waterloo's world-renowned design cycle inquiry and analysis to these challenges. So that's in part 1. It's very much teacher-led in part 1 of the project. But in part 2, This involves students taking the lead, and they apply their learning from part one. And of course, everything that they learned in their communication, culture, and innovation courses, you'll apply all of your learnings, and then your team will address a sustainable development goal of your interest and your choosing as a team. And you'll, apply project management tools, and you'll analyze challenges, and you'll evaluate potential consequences and responses to the problem, and you will collaboratively determine and present your findings in a capstone presentation about your solution or mitigation strategy for one of these problems, one of the SDGs. So let's look at the sample goals class calendar. Very similar to EFAS, just a little bit of changes. Classes start at 9:30 and go till 11:30, Monday to Friday. And then you have your lunch break. And then classes pick up again at 12:30 and go till 2 or 2:30, depending on the day. And then on Wednesday and Friday, there's additional workshops and a study hall that goes from 2:30 to 4 p.m. And then after these classes is when all of the exciting out of classroom learning takes place. And this is just one month calendar, but there's many months in the program. So during their studies, goal students have the opportunity to further develop their cross-cultural communication skills through participation and engagement in co-curricular events and activities with university students. And this includes student success workshops. There's various, site visits or guest visitor talks, and you'll go to key places of interest like the University of Waterloo Sustainability Office, as well as social activities such as coffee chats and speed friending. It's a really favorite one. It's a great event. And on the next slide, you'll see the upcoming goals, dates, and fees. And you'll see here the fall program runs from September the 5th to December the 12th. That's a full term, but we also have a condensed version of this Go Abroad Learning for Sustainability program for students who can't come for a full, 4-month term. They can come in the winter for a 4-week intensive program, and it's January 12th until February the 6th. But as you can see also for the fall program, we have a special discount for Caldo. It's only in the fall term. It's not in the winter term, but it's an exclusive discount. Instead of paying $5,827 for the full term program, you'll be paying 5,300 Canadian dollars. And of course, the 4-week program is cheaper because it's shorter. It's $1,953. So again, if you want to, register for one of these programs and especially claim your discount if you're coming for fall, you can register with Lowry, and her email is there again at lowry.pacheco@caldo.ca. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. So on the next slide, we have our question opportunity. So I want people to feel very free to, keep asking questions. And maybe Lowry, we can ask you to walk us through the questions that are remaining or you feel could be a benefit to the group for us to put on camera and answer some of the questions here today.
Okay, I think most of the questions were responded by Ceci, but there is
Okay.
one question that I would like to add more information regarding the internship program. So
Yep.
as I'm going to say this in Spanish, that's okay.
Sure.
Para la
Yeah.
persona que preguntó el tema de los internships, pueden contactarnos porque nosotros en este momento estamos organizando y compilando las oportunidades de pasantías cortas que hay en todas las universidades del Consorcio Caldo. Entonces, si ese es tu interés, pues conéctame al correo que voy a dejar ahorita en el chat para poder contactarte con el coordinador académico encargado de ese programa, ¿no? Adicionalmente, y justo como lo comentó Grant también, si tu idea es poder hacer una maestría o un doctorado. El IFAS Program podría ser un programa por el cual él es el IFAS, ¿verdad, Ceci? El que permite graduate programs. El
Sí.
IFAS Programs es el que podría ser pues tu paso inicial para
Ujú.
poder tú explorar también directamente estas conexiones en campus, ¿no? Waterloo te ofrece pues estos espacios de networking también, el que puedas conectar con estudiantes, que ya están haciendo las maestrías y estos espacios de actividades sociales. Entonces creo que esa es una excelente oportunidad también para ir tejiendo tus redes si es que estás pensando en una maestría o un doctorado. ¿No? Eso es lo que that's the information that I wanted to add regarding internships. And I don't know,
We
Ceci, if
also
you,
have what?
oh,
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
sorry, Lowry.
No, go
You could
ahead.
also mention we also have the International Visiting Graduate Student Program. If any of the audience are, pursuing graduate studies at their home institution, you have the ability to come conduct research here at the University of Waterloo. We're the #1 comprehensive research university in Canada, and we have an international visiting graduate student program. It's actually free of charge, and we don't need an agreement signed with your institution for you to benefit from this opportunity to conduct research. There's a step-by-step process on our website where you can find a researcher that you're interested in coming to conduct your research here. So Lowry, if there's any interest there, you can contact Lowry. Lowry can let us know as well. We're here to support you with all of your short-term study goals or research goals here at the University of Waterloo.
And there is one question from Camilo. Camilo is asking for a short program because he would like to study English, but he's also asking for programs for underage students.
Mhm.
So I don't know,
Yeah,
Grant, if you can share.
Mhm. Sure. You heard us talk about Waterloo's strengths. Like Waterloo is famous because we have the world's biggest paid work experience program. We actually have more employer student connections than any other university in the world. So we have over 7,000 employers come to our campus each year to hire our undergraduate students for this work experience program. But in many countries around the world, it's not normal for high school students to be working while they're in high school. But here in Canada, it's actually very normal. Whether someone is a high socioeconomic status or not a high socioeconomic status, it's quite normal for high school students to work. It's that rite of passage. You're of age, you start making some money for yourself while you study. It's very normal. So we have a program for under 18 students that it helps them to, have a project to come work on a project-based program here at the university, similar to the Go Abroad Learning for Sustainability program, but this one has domestic Canadian students and international students together. They have to be 15 to 17 years of age, and they come on a team, and they also are tackling a sustainable development related issue and developing a mitigation strategy and having a capstone presentation. But in this one, we put an emphasis on giving the students the ability to articulate their skill development for future job interviews so that they can be competitive for future employment opportunities, because they can say, this was my role in the project, these were the challenges we experienced, this was the strategy that we employed to innovate within the problem, and these were my skills that I developed and that I can speak to for future job interviews. And that program is called Future Ready. And my colleague Cece will maybe put the link to that program in the chat. But the dates go from June 23rd until July the 11th. So that's June 23rd until July the 11th. It's a 3-week on-campus program here at the University of Waterloo. And what's great is that students who don't know what they want to study in the future, because of that interdisciplinary nature, they can actually figure out I maybe want to pursue a career in one of these disciplines in my future studies. So again, that's called the Future Ready program. And you can also reach out to Lauri for that program as well. Mhm.
Yes, thank you, Grant. There is
Oh,
one more.
Cece, you have it on here. Thank you. The fees are 5,200 Canadian dollars, and it's all inclusive. That includes all of the activities, the trips, the programming, the food, your accommodation, your health insurance, and your airport transfers, as long as you're arriving at a time when another group of students can be picked up together. And we also can support with custodianship declarations as well. There's an additional fee for that guardianship or custodianship documentation of $100, but it's not a requirement. You can also just have letters from the parents. But if you want the custodianship declaration, we can support you with that as well.
There is one question that I would like to address is that how many months in advance should I start my application process?
It's one great resource to always check is the visa processing times. Cece, I'm not sure. I don't mean to put you on the spot. If you have the ability to share that, if you go to the IRCC, if you show them how they Google, you'll say, visa processing times Canada, and then there's a drop-down menu where you can select, you can select the type of visa that you're requiring. So let's just watch Cece go through these steps now. So she's writing visa processing times Canada is the Google search. And right there is the first link. You'll see check processing times at IRCC. And if we go down, so here you can choose a temporary resident visa, which is like a visiting visa, because all of these programs are under 6 months in length. So you don't require a study permit. If you're staying for more than 6 months, you do need a study permit. So let's just do the visitor visa because these are less than 6 months in duration. And then you can select your country you're applying from. So let's look at where are you right now, Lauri? Are you in Peru? Should we do Peru for fun, or do you want to do Mexico?
Let's do Peru.
Peru. Okay, let's do Peru. And then you click the get processing time, and there it says 24 days. But one thing to be aware of is this does not take into account the biometric time. So the time to do like your fingerprinting and like the biometrics part of the visa. This is just the processing time. So you should add a little bit more time because the biometric processing can be a little bit longer, but ultimately you can reverse engineer as long as you have enough time to apply for your visa, then you can apply for the program. So I would add another like 15 days to this at least for the biometric processing. So say, 30, that's like 39 days. So as long as you have, if you pay your application fee and your deposit for any of these programs, we really quickly will give you the letter of acceptance. Probably within 3 to 4 business days, you'll get the letter of acceptance from us, and you can begin applying for your visa. And if you have any questions, we have an immigration advisor that can support you with those questions. We're not IRCC licensed immigration consultants. So we, like CC or I, can't actually guide you, but we do have a professional who their whole purpose is to support you with any questions you might have. And then you begin the application process. And it's pretty easy. But yeah, so that's a good starting point is to look at the IRCC processing time and kind of reverse engineer it from there.
Thank you, Grant. And I will suggest that this is for Peru. So if you are from Colombia, Mexico, things could be different and times could be different as well. So this is a great resource that Ceci just showed, the processing time from this is the website of the Canadian government. So it's an official website. And if you have more questions about like some questions related to visa things or something specific, you go to this website. Or then when you are already enrolled in the program or in the process, you can contact grant or grant team to get more information more specific. And there's one thing that I want to add, because when we start the registration process for the webinar, we ask for the name of your university. And this is very important because Caldo is currently coordinating with many of the universities to work in this program together. So if you are, let's say, from Universidad Nacional de Colombia, you may receive some information about some specific program that we could be working with the university. So, and just be aware about these opportunities. And also, if you need to know more about the discount that Caldo offers, or the Waterloo and Renison offers through Caldo, please contact me and I can provide more information or answer any question that you may have. And I don't see any other question. I don't know, Ceci, I think you reply all of them.
Sí, solo vi que varias personas estaban interesadas en el programa GEAR, que es de inglés general, en el mes de febrero a marzo, en esa sesión en específico. Y como comentamos, el costo del programa que estaba en la diapositiva es 1.953 solo por el programa. Y no incluye hospedaje. Y vi que muchos de ustedes tenían una pregunta de si quiero ese programa, ¿cuáles son mis opciones de hospedaje? ¿Cómo puedo pagar adicionalmente? Sí tenemos opciones de hospedaje, solo que sería por un valor adicional. La más popular para esa sesión de febrero es la del programa Homestay. Este programa es un programa que nosotros lo coordinamos con otra empresa, una empresa tercera, aparte de Renison, pero con la cual hemos trabajado por más de 16 años. El programa consiste en que entre la empresa y Renison nosotros coordinamos el asignarlos a una familia dentro de la ciudad de Waterloo, con la cual ustedes van a convivir. Igual van a tener su cuarto individual y su baño privado también. Entonces van a tener su espacio, incluye 3 comidas al día. Sin embargo, no es dentro del campus. Esa es la única diferencia. Pero en cuanto a alojamiento y comida, cubre las dos cosas. Entonces, esa es una opción para aquellos que tal vez quieran venir a un programa como GEAR, en donde el alojamiento no está directamente incluido. Solo les quería comentar eso para que también quede en la grabación, porque me lo estaban preguntando por el chat. En cuanto a los pagos, también vi que había mucha gente que decía si tenemos oportunidades de crédito o cómo se hacen los pagos. Bueno, Grant ya lo mencioné un poco, pero normalmente nuestro proceso de aplicación y de pago es: primero el estudiante aplica. Es una aplicación súper corta, solo nos comentan un poco de ustedes, de dónde vienen, qué programa quieren estudiar. Y después de eso, nosotros les hacemos seguimiento por medio de un correo en el cual les decimos que tienen que hacer un depósito. El depósito no es de todo el programa, es solo una pequeña porción. Entonces, cuando ustedes hacen ese depósito, están confirmando que quieren ser parte del programa. Nosotros emitimos la carta de aceptación o letter of acceptance que Gran estaba comentando. Y esa carta también les va a ayudar a el proceso del visado, en el caso de que normalmente cuando ustedes sacan la visa les preguntan el motivo del viaje, y en el caso de que digan que vienen por un programa de inglés, pueden subir esa carta como documento de apoyo para justificar y probar que es verdad que vienen por un programa de inglés. Entonces, después de eso, ustedes tienen hasta 2 semanas antes de que comience el programa para pagar el programa en su totalidad. Entonces, ese es el proceso normal que nosotros tenemos con nuestros estudiantes. Solo lo quería dejar aquí para que también quede en la grabación.
Ceci, están preguntando por un email. Voy a dejar el mío y si puedes escribir el tuyo y el de Grant también, estaría ideal.
Listo.
Pero voy a dejarlos.
Grant, do you want to give your email in the chat for questions?
Yeah, absolutely. I can also give my WhatsApp as well, if that's helpful.
Grant, do you know homestay fees by any chance? Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
Yeah, I don't off the top of my head, but we
Okay,
can
that's fine.
absolutely, if you email or send us a WhatsApp message, we can follow up with the homestay fees.
And we are going to share vamos a compartir la grabación con todos ustedes y también los slides de la presentación. Thank you, Grant.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And we really look forward to welcoming you on our campus for one of these amazing programs in 2025 and beyond into 2026. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Gracias a todos y espero sus correos para cualquier pregunta y para que se animen a pues, participar en alguno de estos programas. Nos vemos pronto. Bye bye.
Bye, Lauri. Thank you. Thanks, Cece.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Muchas gracias, hasta luego.